Kazakhstan is a bright evidence of peaceful coexistence of people of different cultures, traditions, and mentality. Today, representatives of more than 140 ethnic groups and 18 different faiths live in peace and harmony in Kazakhstan. A stable model of interaction between interethnic and interreligious relations leads by example by many world powers. This opinion is shared not only by politicians and international experts, but also by the world's leading figures of clergy.
Казахстан может служить определенным примером и мерилом даже для таких гигантов, как Китай, США, Россия, Индия.
Kazakhstan can be a specific example even for countries such as China, the United States, Russia, and India, and can define political trends. Our people who live here have not lost their identities, culture, religious traditions, and customs. Having gained independence, Kazakhstan did not give preference for one thing only. I believe that efforts are being made, and so far they are very successful for all nations to develop. People's traditions and customs are not violated in order to maintain their culture. They coexist peacefully, and most importantly, they are mutually enriched.
Не нарушаются их традиции и обычаи. Они мирно сосуществуют, и самое главное, они взаимно обогащаются.
Kazakhstan's policy of peace and openness has managed to earn global trust. Coordinator for CIS countries of the Community of San Egidio, Alessandro Salaconi, believes that Kazakhstan has established itself as an active initiator and participant of major international peace processes. He also says that Kazakhstan played a special role in resolving the Syrian conflict.
В последние годы все больше и больше про Казахстан говорится как о стране, которая всячески и разносторонне старается.
In recent years, more people speak about Kazakhstan as a country that is trying to spread the dialogue and peace in different spaces. Of course, we know about the latest attempts to resolve problems in Syria, and we also know about these conventions that have been organized in this country since 2003. And we see how, year by year, fruits of this work go beyond the scope of this geographical area all over the world.
Плоды этой работы на самом деле выходят за рамки тоже этой географической зоны, по всему миру известны.
Kazakh government is boosting its support for export-oriented enterprises. 500 billion tenge will be allocated for the processing industry and non-resource exports in the upcoming years. The funds will cover concessional lending, pre-export financing, and public guarantees. Kazakh enterprises will also receive assistance with marketing promotion, sales market analysis, and elimination of trade barriers. According to government officials, the financial support is annually provided to 40 exporters, while service support is provided to 400 enterprises.
During the next 3 years, 500 billion tenge will be allocated to support the manufacturing industry and non-commodity exports. And from this sum, 170 billion tenge, it's approximately $470 million, will be allocated on Kazakh export as a further capitalization and sovereign guarantee upon our liabilities. Our aim is to support exporters on each stage and each phase of the exporter cycle. For example, if exporter just enters a new market and doesn't have trusted buyer on a new country, it's quite risky for him to sell his products with on condition of deferred payment. So in this case, we can provide him insurance coverage.
Kazakhstan currently exports more than 800 manufacturing product categories to 113 countries. 25 export-oriented investment projects will be launched in Kazakhstan in the near future. The largest projects include the copper cable production facility with exports worth $450 million and will export its products to the CIS countries, as well as a metal smelting plant with export volumes worth $50 million.
Ключевыми рынками сбыта для нас является Китайская Народная Республика, страны ЕАЭС.
Our key sales markets include China and member countries of the Eurasian Economic Union and the European Union, which account for more than 65% of our exports. The non-resource exports development is aimed at building a strong and sustainable economy amid strong volatility on global resource markets. Kazakhstan exported more than 46 new product items in recent years. Kazakhstan's export potential grew by 31% in 2017 and totaled over $48 billion, with non-resource exports totaling $15 billion. According to the government officials, the positive trend continues this year. The growth over the first 9 months totaled 28%. Kazakhstan is set to increase the non-resource exports by 1.5 times over the next 3 years. Kazakhstan is set to become a digital bridge between Asia and Europe. This was announced by Kazakh Minister of Information and Communications, Dauren Abayev, at the International Innovation Forum Digital Bridge. More than 1,500 participants from 25 countries gathered at the event. Businessmen, investors, IT specialists, and government representatives discussed global trends in digital transformation and shared their experiences. The Kazakh Minister of Information and Communications highlighted the importance of the Digital Kazakhstan State Program.
This is the band NSYNC.
You began a dawn of a new day in the contemporary chronicle of the technological development of the power of Kazakhstan. As an inheritor of the great simply, we want to be not only the crossroad of many highways, but to become a digital bridge between Asia and Europe.
Improving Kazakhstan's transport infrastructure opens up new prospects for the country. Its geographical location, which is in the center of Eurasian continent, promises a huge transit potential. Construction of the Western Europe-Western China Highway has become the largest transnational project connecting Europe and Asia. The third part of the highway passes through Kazakhstan's territory. Traffic has reached 7,500 vehicles per day, of which 84% are light vehicles, while the rest include 16 heavy trucks and buses. This road is a very important facility for the economic development of our state since Kazakhstan is a transit country. According to our calculations, Kazakhstan will receive $5 billion by 2020 due to the highway. It is known that the development of China's economy depends on this highway. Therefore, I believe that by developing the logistics, we are developing the economy. Experts say that until 2020, several roadside service facilities will be built only in the Jambil region along the road of international importance. The experts also mentioned that implementation of the infrastructure project will have a multiplier effect.
2018 және 2020 жылға арасында біз 9 объектіні
Within 2 years, we plan to build 9 facilities. All of them will be built according to categories A, B, C, and D. This opens up good opportunities for local entrepreneurs to do business.
қолайлы жағдай болайын деп тұр. Себебі кіріс көздері көбейеді.
Вырос объем перевозок.
The volume of trucking has grown by almost 40%. Our gross regional product has grown by 60%. The growth of road transport means that the region's economy is growing, as well as the volume of industry, trade, and services are increasing. This indicates that logistics plays a very important role. The tourist potential of the region is increasing as well. Due to the new route, the influx of tourists into the region has increased significantly. This year, nearly 200,000 tourists have visited the region. This demonstrates the importance of the transport infrastructure development. Astana hosted a meeting of the Central Asian Scientific Expert Council of Kazakhstan's Ethnic Assembly titled Kazakhstan and Central Asia, Ethno-Social Processes and Ethno-Cultural Dialogue. The participants discussed key trends in ethno-cultural education aimed at modernization of Kazakhstan's identity. The meeting also addressed topics such as migrants' adaptation and integration. According to the statistics, up to 140,000 people from Uzbekistan and about 30,000 people from Kyrgyzstan arrive in Kazakhstan annually in search of employment. According to experts, forced migration is one of the current challenges in the world, and migration processes require special attention. Our activities are aimed at the protection of Kazakhstan's labor market and ensuring the rights of migrants in accordance with the international documents and conventions. Meanwhile, there are many Kazakh citizens actively going abroad. According to some sources, the numbers are fairly large. Protection of our citizens abroad is another topic for discussion at this conference. The meeting participants also discussed the aspects of stable and peaceful development in the Central Asian region. According to experts, joint counteraction against global challenges and threats is another cooperation priority. Ensuring security for every citizen and countering religious terrorism and extremism are the tasks that bring all countries together. There are no separate approaches for the countries because it is our common threat. The participants will develop practical recommendations based on the meeting discussions. According to experts, the Central Asian Scientific Expert Council has become a permanent platform to discuss most important challenges. The first locally produced bionic prosthetic arm was created in Kyrgyzstan. A team of 6 experts, including 2 software developers and 4 doctors, spent 3 years to complete the project. The prosthesis weighs just about 300 grams. The device is made of special hypoallergenic plastic. The artificial arm can be charged from both electronic sockets and power banks. It takes about 3 hours to charge the prosthesis, and the power can last for more than 1 day of active use. The specially developed software allows users to control the bionic prostheses and perform functions such as clenching and unclenching hands, holding various objects, and writing. The prosthesis has significant advantages over foreign-made analog.
Допустим, заграничные протезы, это вот, если скажем, европейский.
Foreign prostheses, especially the European devices, require performing additional amputation up to the upper third of the arm, which also involves much time for rehabilitation. Patients suffer even more. However, these prostheses don't require these operations.
Операция, дополнительная реабилитация, время, то есть страдания пациента. А здесь этот процесс он не требует.
After the final tests and adjustments, the developers will move all sensors inside of the prostheses.
Естественно, еще много нужно работать.
Of course, we need to perform more technical adjustments and reworks. If the project is successful and these prostheses actually work well, these devices will be competitive in the world market.
Этот протез может на мировом рынке без сомнения.
Specialists provide a lifetime warranty for the bionic prosthetic arms. All parts of the mechanism are removable. Therefore, the parts can be easily replaced in case of a failure.
Answer the questions like, what
5 girls from Kazakhstan won a prize in Silicon Valley to implement a socially significant project for the country. They took part in the Tech Woman, which gathers women professionals in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This year, contestants from 20 countries presented projects that solve socially significant problems such as poverty, illiteracy, poor quality of medical services, and environmental pollution. The team from Kazakhstan came up with the idea of creating an online platform on the topic of domestic violence, and thanks to which every woman can get legal advice and psychological help.
Мы решили создать онлайн-платформу, которая будет направлена на то, чтобы
We decided to create an online platform that will be aimed at improving healthy family relationships. We want to make women feel in demand so that they realize their potential. It plays a huge role in any field.
Чтобы она реализовала свой полный потенциал, так как женщина в экономике, в любой сфере, она играет огромную роль.
Каждый участник программы Tech Women проходил профессиональную стажировку в одной.
Each participant of Tech Women undertook a professional internship at top Silicon Valley companies like Adobe, Autodesk, Symantec, Mozilla, and others. Upon returning home, each of us can contribute to the development of society, companies, and pass on our knowledge to the next participants and the younger generation.
Компании и передать свои знания следующим участникам программы и подрастающему поколению.
Winners of the 100 New Faces of Kazakhstan project are examples to follow. They made significant contributions to Kazakhstan's development, and their life stories inspire many people. Tatiana Nyemsan is one such example. She was nominated for the competition by the Teachers' Community of Akmola region. Tatiana has been the principal of a high school in the village of Arnasai for the past 31 years. She is also engaged in environmental projects. Together with G Global, she opened the Arnasai Center for Green Technologies.
Мы понимали, что каким-то образом можно и гранты получать, наверное, и увидели маленькую статью, что
We learned about the grants after we read an article about grants allocated to NGOs. We were attracted by the prize worth $2,000. We opened a foundation and won a grant for the mine recovery. They trusted us and we prepared our next project worth $50,000. The foundation received one grant after another to create the greenhouse zone and to restore the heating system.
Нам поверили. Мы написали следующий проект уже в $50 000 проектное предложение.
Tatiana Nyemtsan works in the Major Initiatives Society Foundation. She believes that each citizen can contribute to the development of Kazakhstan.
Если тебя выдвинули люди, которые посчитали, что это важно, значит, что-то ты, видимо, в их жизни сделал.
The fact that I was nominated by the people means that I did something good in life. The winner of this large project should be responsible. The fact that the country has voted is a responsibility. The winner should give back 1,000 times more efforts to meet their expectations.
Это опять, я говорю, опять ответственность. То есть надо отдать в 1000 раз больше за этот вотум доверия.
There are successful people in every region of Kazakhstan whose life stories can motivate people. Nurjan Joly Balinov is one of the winners of the 100 New Faces of Kazakhstan project. He is a professional software developer who is one of the founders of the Kazakhstan National Digital Library.
жаңа есімі кітапханашы кірді деген, ол да бір мысалға пиардың бір жолы деп айтуға болады. Неге? Өйткені қазіргі кітапханашылар олар жай ғана емес, олар мобильді кітап.
My achievement is a kind of a promotion of my activities because current librarians should be more mobile. We need to raise the profile of this profession, which is currently low. The views in Western countries are completely different. Therefore, we should strive to reach a higher level.
Деген олар үлкен маман есептелінеді. Сол сияқты бізде де Қазақстанда осы кітапханашы мамандығын әлі асқақтап көтеру керек.
Nurjan Joly Balinov is one of the founders of the National Electronic Library and the developer of the Unified Catalogue of Kazakhstan's libraries. He's set to convert all books into the digital format and the Latin script.
Болашақта біздің өз келе жатқан жасөспірімдер олар 2025 жылдан бастап тек қана латын қарпінде оқи бастайды, мысалы алфавиттің бәрін.
The new generation will read only in the Latin script starting in 2025. The textbooks published in the 70s, 80s and 90s will not be reprinted. Our software will allow converting an entire book within minutes.
Ол сол көмекші ретінде кез келген кітапты алып, осы біздің қазақ классиктарды сол жаңа кириллицадан 1-2 минутта жаңағы латын қарпіне аударып береді.
The second phase of the 100 New Faces of Kazakhstan project is underway. Nurjan believes that the competition's winners will be worthy citizens of Kazakhstan. In the upcoming years, Turkestan will become a center of tourism. The harmonious combination of modern facilities with historical and cultural monuments will attract many people from all over the world. As part of the concept of tourism development for 2018-2025, the number of travelers in the region will increase to 5 million. This year, Turkestan registered its 1 millionth tourists, which are William and Barbara Branch, who are residents of North Carolina, America.
We have heard about the country a lot. We didn't know specifically about this mausoleum. We think that's very funny, but we're really happy to be the millionth tour.
The unique architectural monument, Khoja Ahmed Yasawi, is increasingly attracting hundreds of thousands of foreigners. The mausoleum usually becomes the topic of international meetings as well as discussions among historians. Preservation of the Khoja Ahmed Yasawi mausoleum in urban planning became the main theme of an international seminar under the auspices of the World Organization.
Семинардың аясында Ходжа Ахмет Ясауи кесенесінің
As part of the Convention on Protection of the World Cultural and Natural Heritage, we intend to further develop the historically significant territories, particularly the area of Khoja Ahmed Yasawi Mausoleum. In addition to the topics of security and protection of historical monuments, the experience of foreign colleagues in development of urban landscapes has also been mentioned at the seminar.